talking about the sports you do and don't know, both within and surrounding Baltimore. Don't ask him about preseason games, oh no, stuffing things in Griffin Basso. Despite it being on the internet, he can call it what he wants. So Glenn Clark Radio, Glenn Clark Radio, Glenn Clark Radio. Duke sucks.
If you're the Orioles, and certainly if you're the Pirates, you're not. The goal is not to level up and have the same offer as the incumbent team. You have to go past it. You have to overpay. And if you are disciplined, this is why the sport is so hard. If you are disciplined, you will finish perfectly second and third for every player that you want.
And that's the perception that they've been fighting.
You cannot just finish second and third. It's like, now again, the Jays live that reality. They were finishing second on Ohtani, on Soto, on Sasaki, you name it, Yamamoto. They were finishing second all the time. And until they started winning some bidding. They got Santander. And then they had some things fall into place for them this season. And then they went out and they were super aggressive on Cease.
Yeah.
I think that you have to probably, I'm going to overgeneralize here.
Yep.
But I think it's a fair statement that often, not always, often, you have to step way outside your comfort zone. Maybe not way outside, but outside your comfort zone and go a little above market for the player you want to eventually build a culture and build a roster that earns you the right to pay what is more commonly described as market value for people in the future.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
once you have, so think about the Nationals. You saw it, you lived it.
Yep.
So they bring in Jason Worth, and then eventually players wanted to play there. Yeah. And you started seeing players, and again, Max Scherzer's deal was very healthy, but it wasn't like bonkers like what people thought Worth's deal was. And so you eventually, through your success and your reputation, you earn the right to pay more of a market value for the players that you want. But you have to start out, as the Tigers did 2 decades ago, as the Nationals did with Worth. You got to start out by being a little bit outside of your realm to be able to then build the infrastructure that you need to create a better, healthier organization.
I'm a little annoyed with all, obviously that's John Morosi with our friend Ryan Ripken on his show yesterday down at the Winter Meetings. And I love Ryan. I'm just a little annoyed at John Morosi because some of that was almost exactly what I intended to discuss today.
Damn it, Sean.
So thanks a lot, jerk. Actually, I didn't know that clip existed. I sent Griffin on a goose chase this morning looking for an Orioles-related clip in order to start the show, and he was like, "Oh, I've got one." Right? He had a couple of. I'm like, "Damn it, that was kind of the topic that I
said.
wanted
Erase
to,
that. Don't let anyone see that
topic that I wanted to discuss." So I'm not thrilled about that, but I appreciate that. That's from the Ryan Ripken show. He's doing good work down in what are they? Orlando.
Yes.
So you can be checking him out. All right. It is a Would You Rather Wednesday edition of Glenn Clark Radio. I'm Glenn. He's Griffin. And, of course, if it's Wednesday, that means our guy, Drew Forrester, right there. Dynamite stuff, man. Just dynamite stuff. I literally talked to him an hour ago.
He told me he said he should. Well, actually, he said he should be here about now.
We even started
so he did let me know
at the top of the hour instead of starting 5 minutes early. Weird how that works. Well, he'll get here eventually, and I'm sure when he does, he'll have lots of thoughtful things to share with us. Lots of dynamite sports takes instead of did you notice that my pick name for our bull pick'em? Did you check that out?
I didn't check
it. It is actually.
Did you see my nickname?
I named it after Drew.
Oh, you did?
What was yours? I feel like I do remember seeing yours. What was yours? Oh yeah, that's not bad.
What would he do? I mean,
right. That's a great point. What would? Well, but hang on. It's what Pete Carroll says he would do. It's not even what he would do. It's Pete Carroll told me that my dad would do this. It's like third-degree douche.
Oh, yeah, I did see yours. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. Topical.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not really. But that's kind of what we do here. Speaking of which, I did have 4 more people get in this morning, so I got to send that to Griffin to update the total. We are about at 40.
Yeah, so if you have 4 more than you said,
yeah,
my brother's in.
Oh, your brother's in.
Yeah,
That's lovely.
so add 4. Yeah, we're at about 38, I think.
Yeah, because then Stan's is
Stan.
in. That's
Okay,
complicated.
yeah.
We're right at about 40, so that means we got 10 more spots to fill. 10. We can do that today. And you know what? It would be really good to do that today because I want to focus on the next thing that we're going to do for Helping Up Mission, which we're going to announce this morning. And I want to be able to talk about that and not mix the messages, right? Not like put too much on the plate at once. So how about we get 10 more people today and then...
Hell, 50 more.
Well, I mean, I do want to... I've always said I want to cut it off at 50 because I do still want people to believe they have a genuine chance at winning. And I know that somebody's going to say, what, 1 in 50? I have a 2% chance at winning? Hooray. I've always said that, like, I still want this to not just be that you feel like you're lighting your money on fire. Like, you have a chance at winning. Griffin doesn't think so. Griffin thinks he's going to win. Griffin thinks he actually knows what he's talking about.
I'm certainly almost always in
He is
that
tied
upper...
for the lead in our picks contest, for what it's worth. He does have that going for him. So that is what you're up against. Is James in? Is James in the bowl pick'em?
I don't know. James Rivera.
Couldn't help but notice. I sent a text yesterday, and Kyle didn't get in. Ryan didn't get in. Paul didn't get in.
It sounds like Paul will get in, right? Like,
I think he will. Yeah, I agree with that.
He's also notoriously the final person to send me his picks every morning. Yes.
All right. We're gonna call people out. That's what we're gonna do. Let's fill this thing up today. Let's do it today. What was that famous?
The Billy Madison?
No. Not Today, Junior. There was that AC commercial, a hot one today. You said you'd call so and so. I'll call. Oh no, it was I'll call now, not I'll call today. Damn.
I'll call. Yeah.
Said I'll call now. Well, that was nothing. That was a waste of 45 seconds. But to be fair, most of the show is a waste. Like, we actually call the show a waste of an hour and 45 minutes. Brian noticed that we've done back-to-back 2-hour shows. We ain't doing it again today.
We'll see. Drew's
we
coming in.
ain't
Drew's coming in late, too. So
again today.
He's got to get his minutes somehow.
It ain't happening. Forget it. It's not happening. All right, fill up the bowl pick'em.
Hold on, I think I might have it.
Oh, do you? What? Oh, yeah, that's the one. It's a legendary commercial. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and yet we all know it. Who's it for?
Sears.
Sears?
Yeah.
I didn't know this was for Sears. And you didn't know Mikhail Gorbachev was in a Pizza Hut commercial.
Well, this one I did.
You knew this one?
I mean, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I couldn't say
it's
the
a
exact
legendary commercial. Go ahead.
I cannot live another day without air conditioning.
Says tomorrow's gonna be hotter.
Hotter?
Like yesterday.
Yesterday you said you'd call Sears.
I'll call today.
You call now.
I'll call now.
So what's the thing to
Freaking
say
love
about
that
tomorrow?
commercial.
Another scorcher.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense why I love that commercial so much. I love it. This guy, he lost a bet last night. Be careful. He's clearly coming in here agitated.
I thought I was going to lose a bet last night.
He definitely lost a bet last night.
I bet on BYU, and I thought
Whew.
I was dead in the water.
I actually watched a
was
good
a
bit
great
of that
game.
basketball game. What a wild game. What were they favored by?
Well, I bet their money. So I did
you
a money
bet on
line parlay
money
with UConn and
okay.
BYU.
All right.
Yeah, so it was a sweat all night, but
Yeah, they were down 22 in the second half, rallied back, took a 6-point lead in the final minute, and then blew it. And then what's his face? Wright?
Robert Wright,
Robbie
Derek
Wright.
Queen's teammate.
Hit a 3 at the buzzer. Just coming in here with an apple. That's what you're doing now? You couldn't have consumed the apple on your way in. You had to wait till you got here to consume the apple.
It's a nice hat.
This is a crazy day.
What did you lose? Why are you all worked up? What did you lose?
No, that has nothing to do with.
I don't believe
With
you.
last night.
Oh, it was 2 nights ago? What, you bet the Ravens?
It was last night, but
Oh, okay.
just people, man, driving. People are insane.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And now the parking lot's jammed up. I couldn't get in the
Oh,
parking lot.
yeah.
I had to walk over.
What's happening
Well,
in the parking
so
lot?
it loops around. You could have looped all the way around.
No, I wasn't looping. I was going to walk.
What's happening in the parking lot?
I'm doing
There's
some work.
there's like some water leakage or something.
Well, I come from
Yeah,
this
you
side.
come from
sort of
that way.
issue.
So that's the side I come in, and the parking lot's blocked off on that half.
But anyway, Kyle Connor let me down last night, which is a rarity because he usually doesn't. But
You gonna
it's
be
all
all right?
good.
You gonna be all right? It's good to see you.
Better than the Ravens.
You haven't gotten in the bull pick'em yet. I need you to do that.
Yeah, I never win that thing.
Right. It's not just about winning. It's also about
But
I'm
you could
pulling
win.
a Notre Dame.
no, you're not.
I can't win. I'm quitting.
No, you're not.
What a bunch of turds they are.
You know what's really funny? As I've said
Gutless,
this, I've said this a couple times.
turds.
I don't really care, but yet at the same time, like, come on, dog.
It's a
Come
joke.
on.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
Like, it's pretty pathetic.
They should not only be ashamed of themselves, but again, I get that the players, because they run the thing, I get that the players say, yeah, we're not playing. Someone in the organization at the school needs to say, yeah, you are.
Well, I don't even know. By the way, I don't know that it's the players that said they weren't
Well, the
playing.
players did vote and say they didn't want to do it,
Yeah.
but that's only after the school said,
Yeah.
if you don't want to play,
Yep.
figure it out.
It might not even been like that. Based on the
joke.
way they're talking, it seems much more like the school didn't want them to. It feels way more like the school was saying, look, if you guys really want to, we'll do it, but we would rather not.
If you kids really want to take out the trash,
Yeah, right?
go ahead.
100%.
But if you don't, it's okay. Yeah, I think we'll just sit in here.
Well, I mean,
It's a joke.
I guess the other interesting part is, like, are there players on the roster that had, like, a bonus for participating in the bowl? This is the
Oh, you
crazy
can't do
part
that
about
'cause you can't pay
contracts. No, you definitely can pay them, Drew. This isn't even like,
I know.
yeah.
It went from 0 to 100.
Yeah, you absolutely. In fact, you have to.
12 years ago,
Yeah.
if you gave a kid a cheesesteak, he got suspended for 4
That's a
games.
fact.
Now
You got
you give him
fired.
the cheesesteak restaurant. That's part of the deal.
Or he's not coming.
Right.
It's the way that it works.
It's
now.
a joke. I hope they go 0 and 150.
Well, if they play real teams, they probably will. You're right. It is a joke. It's laughable, right? And somebody would say, well, so is the entire bowl system. Okay, fine, right? Like, fine.
Yeah,
But-
here's what I wrote this morning. Tell me what the benefit is to not play. What's the benefit?
Yeah.
Just tell me the benefit.
Yeah.
I'm willing to listen to all of the
Well,
back and
the
forth.
easy thing to say is for the people that say, well, there's no reason for them to play in a meaningless game.
That's not the answer to the question.
Right.
What's the benefit?
I understand that.
What's the
But-
benefit
but
to not
somebody,
playing?
Somebody would say, what's the loss?
I can give you 25 losses.
What?
I mean, I can start telling you just all of the cosmetic things, all of the applicable things about playing in the game, everything about it. You again, maybe I'm too much in 1977, but
Probably.
Maybe, but
I'd guess.
we're on TV. We're recruiting. We're a big time program.
Yeah.
we got kids. We got a kid that only played in 2 games. He gets to go play against Vanderbilt. We got a rush end for next year that gets to chase the Vanderbilt or Virginia quarterback around.
The biggest argument is you get a month worth of practice for the kids that
Absolutely.
are participating.
These coaches in the past would give their right, you know what, to have a month of practice, right? So I can give you tons of reasons why to play. Tell me someone man up and tell me the benefit to not playing. No one can.
Yep.
What's the benefit to you saying to your kids, we're not going to play in that game because we're pissed off? What's the benefit to that?
Well,
And here would be the only minimal benefit, but you would have had the exact same thing happen if you'd have made the tournament. Someone could get hurt. That'd be the only possible thing you could say. Well, if he plays, he might get hurt. Well, I got news for you.
Right, they
If
can
they
get
were
hurt.
playing against Oregon, he might get hurt too.
that's a fact. All that is fact.
So it's an outrage, and they should be, as a I hate to say this, but as a institution of that's supposed to be above the fray, they should be doubly embarrassed.
But that's nonsense.
Well,
Like,
but
that's
it
just what
isn't-
they want you to think they are.
No, hold on. We're talking about 2 different things. The institution itself is above the fray. The athletic department might not be, but the school itself is above the fray. It is a cherished educational.
I think there's 2 different things. I think it's a school of great tradition.
You're missing it. You're wrong here.
I think
I'm
there's
telling
those
you, as
things. When
someone
you-
who's involved in
I understand that
college on the outside, it is a cherished.
perception is what it is.
Yeah, you're wrong. That's like saying Harvard's. Notre Dame is a cherished learning institution. When you get into Notre Dame, you've accomplished something. They do not take
okay,
you and me.
if you're saying it
Well,
that
me
way,
maybe,
yes.
but not you.
I just think that the way that it reads,
Griffin and I could get
the
in.
way you're saying it sounded more like they don't do things that are untoward.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the school is very difficult to get into.
I agree with that
The
part.
school is an accomplished learning institution. They should be way better than this. Someone at the top, someone should say, this is not what Notre Dame does.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't what we do. And for whatever reason,
Yeah, you take whoever wants to play. Whatever kids want to go play, you go play the
if
game.
7 kids say I'm not playing,
Right.
just say
By all means.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, by all
and
means.
there's your life lesson. Your
Right.
life lesson is we'll move on without
Yeah,
you.
we got 50 kids that want to go play.
Correct.
They're going to go play.
This
Yeah.
is terrible.
It's weird because
terrible.
I would say I'm not outraged by it because I don't really care. Like I really don't care. But at the same time, this is more like if you told me I had to have an opinion, you're right. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's
terrible.
laughable. It's laughable.
There is nothing
to be
redeeming
this,
about it.
and to the point of you're
Well,
only doing it for the singular purpose of being petulant. Like that's the only reason why you're doing it. You're doing it for the singular purpose.
if you're doing
of,
it for another reason, tell me what it is.
Right. You're,
What's the benefit?
You're just doing it to try to make people think that you got screwed over. And you didn't. You didn't get screwed over. At no point did you get screwed over.
Hold on. Maybe you did. No. Maybe you did. But I got news for you. In your life, it's going to happen to you.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Someone's going to come in on a Friday at 10:04 and say, you're fired.
Yep.
It's going to happen. Well, it hadn't happened to me, but it's going to happen.
Well, believe it or not. Believe it or not.
Right, well,
I happen to know.
It was 10:08, actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay. My bad.
But
My fault.
I'm not disagreeing with you because, again, I don't follow it enough to know if they got screwed or not. I have no idea.
They really didn't get screwed.
I know they lost to one of the teams that got in. I do know that.
Their only argument for how they were mistreated was that they do these TV shows, and these TV shows said they were ranked ahead of Miami.
Okay, fair enough.
And then suddenly they
but
won.
even if they did get screwed, it happens.
Right.
This is the way things go in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't get what you deserve. So learn this lesson now at 20. Let's prepare you for what the real world is like.
The part that's interesting is them threatening to quit the ACC.
Please do.
Right? Like, they're threatening
Please
to
do
quit
it.
the ACC,
There's
which, of course, they're not in.
There's a local high school controversy right now that I won't go into on the air.
Okay.
But there's a local high school controversy going on.
Does it involve a golf coach? Because I've heard some things.
There's a local high school controversy going on right now as we speak. And one of the schools in question has said, if this kid's not allowed to play, we're dropping out of the league.
All right. And the response has been?
The response better be, we'll miss you.
We'll see it, right. Yeah.
If they let this kid play, it's an outrage.
Oh.
So I'm
very interested in this. Very interested now.
But that's their response. Their response isn't, you know what? We're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Their response isn't, well, it's probably not fair to the other. Their response is, if this kid can't play, we're going to drop out of the league.
I am interested.
So, bye-bye.
You've piqued my interest. You've piqued my interest.
Well, anyway. So that's what I have to say about that. I'll see you guys next week.
All right, man. That's Drew Forrester, Drew'sMorningDish.com.
Let's talk about something. Let's get it out of the way to sound like Bill Burr.
We're going to talk.
Let's talk about the president.
Calm down. Yeah, we're not. I don't think we're going to talk about the president.
Let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about.
Calm down for a second. Calm down.
Freaking Aaron Rodgers with one arm beat us.
Calm down. That wasn't even on my list for today. Drew Forrester is here. Drew'sMorningDish.com.
I love apples.
That's what he had prepared for today. Don't forget the best place to watch every big game, all the big fight nights. Never pay pay-per-view prices. Watch them Inside Sports and Social for free at Live Casino and Hotel Maryland. We have not.
Are we making the playoffs or not?
Calm down. We got to talk about what we are doing. All right? Then we'll get to other things.
Yeah.
Calm down for a second. Why don't you eat your apple? Why don't you come to your house and come to your house and chew
I'll
gum?
be quiet. How's your brother doing?
He's doing good.
You know what? His brother is better than you because his brother signed up for our charity bowl pick'em. His brother
I'm out of money.
is in. No, you're not.
I'm out of money.
No, you're not. You only lost 1,000 last night. I happen to know you had 1,020.
I used it to hire Van Handel to play my graduation party. Like in Fast Times.
That's right. We're not doing it. Look, man, there have been years where this thing that we did for Helping Up Mission got to the point where it was
Too big.
We
It was like my high school prom date.
we were. You're on one today. You're on one. You're on one. I'll give you that.
A little too big.
I'll give you that. We just literally could not. We were overwhelmed. Drew and I would stand
It
there.
got to be outrageous.
We'd say, "What are we going to do?"
Right.
In fact, Drew's solution one year to how we would get all the clothes to Helping Up mission was to hope. This is a true story. One year,
I don't know if I remember this.
I had to leave. We did the event at Looney's,
Okay.
and I had to leave, and I took as much as I possibly could with me. And we still had way entirely too much.
Oh, yeah, we did lose up in Perry Hall.
And you and I'm trying to remember who was there. I can't remember who was there. But as you told the story, they said, "What are we going to do?" And you said, "We're going to wait here for a minute, and a white knight's going to come along."
Time out.
Yeah.
That is exactly what happened.
Uh-huh.
You have a great memory.
You had no solution.
No.
You had no hope.
You're gonna make me choke on my apple.
Yeah.
You are exactly freaking right. I said outside, standing outside.
In the cold.
I said,
And we had to take all the clothes outside of Looney's. I mean, they were all out. We
well,
couldn't.
the guy said the clothes has got to go.
Yes,
I
they
said,
were-
"Can't we leave until tomorrow?" He said, "No.
No.
We have to clean up."
Yep.
And it was
And
like,
it was also during
and
COVID,
it was
so there
like-
was like all these. We were going to get them in fire
holy
code trouble.
crap, you're right.
And Drew.
And I said, we're going to stand right outside,
Yeah.
and we're going to wait for a white knight to show up.
Yep.
And guess what happened?
A white knight showed up out of nowhere. Someone Drew knew just happened to show up.
He walked out of the bar.
Yep.
And said, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
I said, "I'm with this program.
Yeah.
We're collecting coaches." I said, "He goes, well, what are you doing out here?" So we're trying to figure out a way to get him down to helping up tomorrow. He goes, "I'll take him."
Yep.
Swear to God.
Exactly what happened.
Swear to God. He walked out within 30 seconds after I said, "We're going to stand right here and wait for a white knight."
We have pulled off these events on vibes and nothing other than vibes.
Well, we do have good friends.
Yes,
that have
wonderful
helped us.
friends
Right.
that have been very helpful,
Right.
but not great organization on our part. That's not our strength.
That's our charm.
Yeah, it's a lot like when Paul Capelke pulled us down and said, "Guys, sometimes it seems like you don't really prepare the show."
And
Drew
and your
said,
point?
"And that's what people like about it."
Right. And the weird part is, I do think that's what
Yeah,
people
part
like.
of it. Yeah, there was part of it was that. Sometimes Griffin tries to pull that off, and I'm like, yeah, part of it.
There's
Part
a
of
charm to it, though.
So this thing got out of control. So we had to throttle it down in recent years. We had just had no choice but to throttle it down.
Well, let's pull the curtain back.
yeah.
They said there's too much stuff.
This is
We
also
can't-
legitimate.
yeah, they
This is
said,
completely legitimate.
Guys, we don't have anywhere to put it. We don't have enough human beings to give it to.
We one year
It was crazy.
showed up with an actual truck worth of, and as Chris Sherrard will tell the story, he panicked because he didn't know what to do with all of it. We found another shelter that would store it
Right.
until they could get to it, and they essentially
they
had,
had 400 guys there, and we were giving them 12,000 pieces of stuff.
which is an amazing blessing, and they've always been
Right.
appreciative of it, but it's a lot. So we
So
worked
now
in
we're doing
concert.
the opposite. Just bring
Right.
stuff for Glenn and I.
Throt-
For our
we
family.
could use it. We could, as you can tell by what
Next
we're doing over
Monday.
here, we could use it.
Bring
So-
Ethan's an XL.
Yeah. He's like,
And
"God,
Lucy.
should he be working now?"
And
Like, ah,
He is. But,
All
so we take a hand out here or there.
throttling down has been the word. Now, this year, there's two things we're gonna do. We're finishing up the bowl pick'em. I need 10 more people because Drew's obviously gonna get in.
I'll get it.
Obviously,
I just don't
Drew's
have
gonna
any
get
money,
in.
but
No,
I'll
you
get
do. You're gonna send me a Venmo today, and you're gonna get in.
All right.
So we need 10 more people to get into the charity bowl pick'em contest. That's what we need.
I have $39 in my Venmo.
Yeah, it's
Total.
only 20. Good news.
Total.
I only need 20.
I got 39.
I only
total.
need half of it. You're all right.
Okay.
$20. Half of the money will go to the winner of the bowl pick'em. The other half, $500, will go to us purchasing things for the needs of the Helping Up mission. Some socks, some underwear, things along those lines.
It's so hot in here.
Calm down. That's probably you. You're wearing a knit hat. I'm not sure if you're aware.
Because it's cold outside.
Okay. Well, we're not outside. I don't know if you
I know.
caught that. And then part two is, and we're doing this very last minute, so we need you to come through
Gee,
for
that's a
us.
shock.
I know, unlike us. We need you to come through for us. We need you to tell people. We need you to get the word out. Next Monday night from 6 to 8 p.m., we're going to be at Chick-fil-A Nottingham
That's
Square.
the 15th.
That's correct. 5198 Campbell Boulevard. It's the one in White Marsh that's not in the mall. It's the standalone Chick-fil-A over where the Best Buy and the Target and all those things are. That's where we're going to be on Monday night, 6 to 8 p.m. Everyone who brings donations. Now, you're going to say, what does that mean, donations? Casting a wide net here. You can go to your closet and pull out coats, gently used, not the stuff that you know just needs to be thrown away. Just throw that away. We can use coats, jackets, gloves, hats, new or gently used. We can take yours from your, when you do this cleaning every year, like, I don't need these things, bring them. We need long sleeve shirts. Really, any clothes you have, we'll take. But we could definitely and most particularly use warm clothes. So that's one option. You could also go to a store and purchase a pack of underwear, pack of socks.
Right, sure.
Things like that. They could use those things. Or if you want to make cash donations, we'll accept cash donations. We're not telling you what the number is. We're just, that's up to you. Goodness of your heart. And come out on Monday night.
And what time's Lamar getting there?
It's not going to be, I don't think he's available.
Oh, I thought.
Well, he doesn't normally participate
Well, I
on
mean, I know
Mondays.
who it really is, but I thought we were going to say Lamar.
No.
And then at the end,
I've gotten in enough trouble. I don't need more.
That's one thing we actually never did.
Yeah, we never attempted to.
No. We never did that.
Attempted to do.
We
anything
never
like that.
said, just tell him it's Ed Reed.
Yeah, right. Well, there was
And
one.
then-
There was one year where we traded, or you traded Kyle Bowler. I mean, that did happen.
Well, that happened.
Yeah,
But that was
we've
fun.
Never,
It was
we've never
April
done that.
But we never did the old double dip
So
thing.
you come out Monday night with your donations,
Okay.
and you can meet Ravens wide receiver Tez Walker.
Yes.
Is going to be there with us.
Two touchdown
So-
Tez.
That's right. That's right.
How
For a little
we
while,
get-
all he did was
how
catch
we getting
touchdowns.
the stuff there?
We'll work on that.
Okay. All
We'll
right.
work
Well,
on-
just like
we'll
the old
work on-
days.
we'll
Okay.
work
So
on
we
that.
don't really know.
We'll work on that. You settle down. We'll work on it.
Well,
So
I'm excited about this.
that's what we need. We need you to join us. Plain and simple. We need you to
Just
join
come
us
out.
on Monday
Come out,
night.
have some Chick-fil-A.
Yep. And everybody, oh, by the way, everybody's going to get a free sandwich that donates something too.
What?
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
right?
be there
Oh,
twice.
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
gonna-
Have you had the
I
waffle
donated-
thing yet?
We're trying it today for the first time.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, all right. I'm
It's
looking forward
so
to that.
good.
Looking forward to that.
What time are we doing that?
That will be after this show.
Oh.
Yeah, that will be later
Thanks a
on.
lot.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are open that up for me, would you?
Calm down.
You guys are all class.
So, bowl pick'em. Get in. Fill the bowl pick'em. Let's fill that today so we don't have to talk about it anymore. And then Monday night, 6 to 8 p.m.
When's the first bowl game?
First bowl game is Saturday at noon. Yep, this Saturday
This
at noon.
Saturday?
Yep, 100%. So let's fill that up today. And then Monday night, 6 to 8 p.m., Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square, 5198 Campbell Boulevard. Get out there, 6 to 8. Bring your donations. Bring coats, bring warm clothes, bring jackets, bring hats, gloves, all those things. And you can meet Ravens wide receiver Tez Walker.
Okay. I might try to get Dennis Shockett to come out.
I would love if Dennis Shockett. I was going to invite
He's
him.
got a new CD that he's peddling.
I was going to invite Dennis to come to our drinking show this year. He loves doing the drinking show.
Yeah. When is that?
I think we're going to shoot for the 23rd
Okay.
is the
Okay.
plan.
I'll do that. Okay. That's a Tuesday, though.
It's a Tuesday, yeah.
But I can still do it.
I mean, you want to come in here on Christmas Eve? You want to do
No,
it?
no,
You
no,
want to
I'll
do
still
that?
No, but
Yeah.
let me see if Dennis wants to come out.
Yeah.
I had a question though about what bowl game would Notre Dame have
The
played?
Pop-Tarts Bowl, of course. The legendary Pop-Tarts
in?
Bowl.
Where is that?
That's in Orlando.
Against whom?
It was going to be
BYU.
Yeah,
Was
So
it gonna
the-
be BYU?
I think
Two
so.
good, two.
Yeah,
two
it was gonna
teams
be
The two teams that were
arguably-
like the first teams
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where did Vanderbilt fall in that? Were they 15, 16?
They
were
yeah,
in
they
the
had to
vicinity,
be.
right?
Yeah, they were in that range, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just behind Texas.
So the
You're
only
still worked up about this.
the only team that went undefeated all year was Indiana.
Indiana,
Or did
yeah.
Texas Tech go undefeated
No.
also?
No.
Just Indiana.
Just Indiana.
That's pretty amazing.
It's insane.
That's pretty amazing.
It's
How about the kid missing the field goal from 27 yards? How about, speaking of, let's do this new segment we do called How About.
okay.
How about
How about?
how about the freaking end of the Raiders-Broncos game?
Oh, it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Well, because we didn't pick it. that's
right,
why.
correct.
But-
Yeah, it doesn't bother me one bit. I didn't
Just
have any money on it,
Imagine,
right?
just imagine the
Mm-hmm.
outrage if you had Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine.
I mean,
A lot of people
Now,
did.
did you hear his excuse?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear his
Okay.
excuse. What was his
He
excuse?
he had something very reasonable.
Yeah.
he said their hope was
Mm-hmm.
they were going to be able to kick the field goal, and there would be time left.
So how much time was on the clock when he kicked the field goal?
6
5
seconds.
seconds.
I thought it was. No, you might be right.
There was almost no
whatever
chance,
it
but
was,
yeah.
here's what I would say. Whatever it was, it did appear as if there would be time.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually those are
Now you would still
4
need time for
seconds,
both an onside kick and a Hail Mary.
or the onside kick bounces off the dude and he picks it up and runs it in. Improbable as it might be.
I thought you couldn't advance.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think you can advance
Okay.
onside kick. Yeah.
Okay, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was his excuse. What's this say?
5 seconds.
Okay,
5
so
seconds.
5 seconds are left.
So I would argue he knows he can't at that point,
Okay.
but I'm okay. I'm not even worked up about it.
No, I'm not either.
If
'cause I
his-
had Oakland.
Yeah, correct. You're good, right? If his answer was, I wanted to get the kid a chance to practice a kick, that's a good enough. This notion
But
that
it's
they
Carlson.
haven't,
It's
they have an
Carlson's been in the league.
whatever it is, they don't have an obligation
Correct.
to take a knee.
Number one, the coach, I said this the other day, right? The coach should have no idea at all.
Right. What the spread is. Well, other than James Franklin.
Or the
James Franklin
total.
always knows what the spread
does
is.
Al
The
Michaels.
total was also 40.5, so they were sitting at 38 points before this
Okay, but
kick.
again,
Went to 41
That's
as well.
no
great.
one knows that
So
but you
great.
and me.
Well,
I mean,
I
and
mean,
some other people.
It's a lot of you and me.
But there's
Al
no way.
Michaels.
Okay, but
Yeah.
but hold on. But there is no way. This is just the collateral damage of gambling. There's no way that Pete Carroll said the spread's 7.5. We're going to cover it. He doesn't give a flying F. There's just no way.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I'm telling you, watching enough.
Now, if your argument
Yeah.
might be, why did the referees call the delay of game penalty?
Okay.
If that's
You,
your argument,
so you're willing to believe that the refs are in on it, not the
I just
coach.
watched the Tim Donaghy thing on Netflix.
I understand.
Dude, I'll believe anything.
It's just
and after
weird.
watching the Ravens the other day,
It's
I might
weird.
believe it
Okay.
even more.
Okay.
But
Anyway,
I just how about that?
I have watched enough.
Oh my God,
It's one thing. This is to
that's
me,
in the
this
Bad Beat Hall of Fame.
I'm telling you, the Penn State bit where they would leave their starters in,
so they could win 58-0.
leading against Toledo,
Right.
leading by 30 in the
Right.
fourth quarter because they needed to cover 35. 1,000% convinced me that someone had said, "Coach, we love you. Love you a little bit more if you make sure you hit this number today.
Wow.
Love you a little
I mean,
bit
that's
more."
out and out.
Not
scandalous.
giving him money to do it. Just more like, do me a favor. If it's close,
Yeah, but what benefit is it to him?
keeps him happy with the people that matter the most. Keeps him happy
but
with
so you're not surmising he got $25,000 out
No,
of that.
no,
You just think
just
the
saying-
booster made 100,
right?
and maybe Jim's quarterback got 50 of it down the road.
Who knows?
Yeah, right.
Who
Wink,
knows?
wink. Right. Okay.
Who knows?
Fair
Who
enough.
knows?
All right, back to the Ravens.
I was going to actually talk about the Orioles today, which is the interesting part. We're going to talk Ravens-Bengals here in a minute with Rocky Boiman. I was going to talk
We're
about
not losing to them, right?
They literally just did.
And we're not losing this week.
Why not?
With the season on the line.
Why would they possibly not lose?
We're not.
Okay, dog. You
We're
keep-
not losing to
you
the
keep saying it.
Bengals.
We'll get to that.
With the season on the line.
We'll get to that. What do you make of the immediate, and I think you're part of this, the immediate same old Orioles reaction to Kyle Schwarber yesterday?
They had zero chance of getting Kyle Schwarber.
You say that because
come on.
But walk me through. I want you to have an actual attempt to have
Because
an actual
they're not
conversation.
giving Kyle Schwarber $200 million.
Okay, but Kyle Schwarber didn't get $200 million. I want you to try to talk about this legitimately.
I am.
I want you to legitimately try to talk about this.
Okay.
If the report from Ken Rosenthal is true, and I don't have any reason to believe that Ken Rosenthal, who's never been an apologist for the Orioles,
But quite frankly, the opposite.
yes, that they offered 5 years, the exact same contract, 5 years, $150 million for Kyle Schwarber.
Okay.
And we can have a conversation about other things.
Okay.
Does that mean, because the comparison that people are making is the Orioles always come up short. But they actually come up short. The Orioles, we've talked about it a million times, the Orioles never put a contract in front of Mark Teixeira, ever, because there was a chance he might have said yes, and they were never paying him that money. If you want to say the Orioles came up short on Corbin Burns last year, 1,000%. The Orioles came up short on Corbin Burns. The reports that are out there would suggest, years-wise, they were not offering something that Corbin Burns was even entertaining. My question is if they offered the exact same amount that Kyle Schwarber took in Philadelphia, is that the same old Orioles, or is that a sign that they are serious about trying to sign players?
So here would be my roundabout way of answering that, and I'll answer it by asking you a question first.
All right.
Who two-part question. Who gave him that information, and why? Who gave Ken Rosenthal that information, and why? That would be the first thing I would say.
Okay. I don't know the answer to that. I don't. My guess is usually that information comes from the agents, typically.
Right. So what?
But that doesn't mean that it did. I mean, like, they're all down there in Orlando. Ken Rosenthal could be talking to anybody.
Mike Elias could have said to him.
Right. Or the Phillies
we
could have
offered
said
him
it to him.
5,150. He didn't take, or whatever. Was it 5,150? What was the number? I don't even remember.
5,150.
5,150. We offered him 5,150. He didn't take it. That could be what Mike Elias is saying.
Knowing Rosenthal, that would not be enough for him to report that. That would not. Rosenthal.
You mean if Elias told him that, he would say,
Rosenthal
I can't
would go
really
back.
go with that.
He would just go back and say,
try to vet it
to his agent. He would go back to somebody else and say, "Hey, I heard this."
Okay. Gotcha.
Rosenthal would not run with, "That's what Mike Elias told me."
Gotcha.
Again, other people would. Ken Rosenthal would not.
Okay, fair enough. But again, I'm going back to kind of the same question, right? Cui bono. Who benefits from this information being leaked out? That these were the offers. The teams that somebody made like a laughable offer. Somebody made like a 3-year 120 or 4 years 120. Somebody made like I thought I saw somebody offered 3. Did I see someone offered 3 120, which would be $40 million a year?
Is that what the Mets were offering Alonso?
I don't know. But anyway, so who benefits from it? Why would that information get leaked out? Number 2 to that would be if that's the case, and again, knowing what I know about the way, minimally knowing, when I did this for a living, I did it much different. I'm signing players for $40,000 and $70,000, and I think the highest player I ever signed was $90,000. Like, soup. It's different, right? Apples and oranges. But if the Orioles offered $150, it seems weird to me that he signed for $150.
The way that it was reported was the Phillies always intended to match whatever the highest offer was going to be. So he gets the offer from the Orioles. They say, this is our final offer. His camp takes it back to the Phillies and says, this is the offer. The Phillies say, great, you get it from us. And that...
Yeah, I don't know that I buy that. But okay.
I mean, that's how it's been reported. Again, I have to operate with the information that we have.
I believe you.
I'm saying,
I hear you.
In this scenario...
I hear you.
If the Orioles offered...
Who does the games on the radio now? Are they still on BAL?
Yes, they're still on BAL.
Okay, so you're a little bit...
No, I'm not. I'm not. This isn't that. This isn't that
at
all.
What you're doing. It's okay, too.
I'm asking a question.
It's okay.
I'm asking a question. I haven't even given a take. I'm asking a question.
Why wouldn't they have offered him $175 million?
This is a different conversation, because the easiest thing to say is the thing that John Morosi said, which is you got to understand you're going to have to pay a tax. Now... If they didn't know what they were...
tax because you're the Orioles, or a tax because you got to get him out of Philly?
Either one.
What were the other offers there, G? What were the other offers, GB?
Old G.
Well, the reported ones. What were they? Yeah. The numbers don't sound right to me.
Why? What do you mean the numbers don't... Which numbers don't sound right?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just losing it.
What numbers don't sound...
It sounds like they got him very cheaply.
Schwarber?
Is that me?
He's well into his 30s.
He's 33.
Yeah, I mean...
He just hit 150 home runs.
I agree with that part.
Years.
But that, I mean...
What were the number? What were the...
well, and also, he doesn't want to play for the Pirates or the Reds.
Fair enough.
A team that's not going to contend for a World Series.
He's going to play anywhere where there's money.
Those were the numbers.
But go ahead. What were they?
The Orioles offered 5,150, the Reds 5,125, the Pirates 4,120.
Gotcha. 4,120.
Yeah, those were allegedly the numbers.
Okay. I just, those all look suspiciously too close to one another for me to say, oh, yeah, those are the numbers. I'm just saying.
Well, the Reds were $5 million less per year, and the Pirates was the most per year.
This is sort of the bit
why
where...
not give him 175 for the Orioles?
The idea, as reported, the suggestion would be the Orioles offered what they believe to be the highest offer.
And it was.
They did not have any way to know that they needed to offer more than that. And that his camp
but
essentially...
Wouldn't his camp go back to the Orioles and say,
The idea would be that he always knew he wanted to be in Philadelphia, so they milked it for as much as they could get from the Orioles in order to go back to Philadelphia and say, here's the number.
I feel
This is
really
what you
weird
have to
about
pay.
not beating up the Orioles.
I'm not. This
No,
is
no,
different.
no, I know.
But this is what I'm trying to
saying,
figure out. What I'm trying to
Shouldn't
figure
we
out.
just beat them up?
It's the easiest thing in the world to do. And undoubtedly, everybody who's making the same joke on the internet of nobody is better at, almost getting a player than the Orioles, which isn't actually even true. The Orioles haven't even almost got players. That's why I'm trying to figure out if this is different.
I think they're going to wind up getting Pete Alonso.
Maybe. They might. They
Which would be-
legitimately.
which would really be funny.
I mean, they
And
might.
what are they going to have to give him?
Probably. I mean, that's, by the way, the reporting on that has been all over the place. I have
What are they
no
gonna have to
idea.
give him?
I have no idea what
More?
the number is. I mean, I think
I
everybody
think
thinks
less
it's
years. I think.
Yeah, I think
but
everybody thinks it's still
potentially
in that
more.
neighborhood of
Yeah.
30 million, but like maybe not for 5 years.
Who makes the most money on the team right now? Orioles.
Right now?
Yeah.
Probably
Helsley or
Yeah, it might be Helsley. Christ.
Kittredge gets $9 million, I think.
Oh,
no,
Helsley's 14.
There's
yeah.
somebody's in the 16, 17, 18 million range, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think they've offered if they offer Eflin a year or something, then but no, I don't think
Okay.
it's anyone. I don't think it's more than.
So it's going to be interesting. I don't know how that dynamic
Tyler
works.
O'Neill's 16.
Oh, well, that's a
yeah.
steal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Boy, Mike, you really got one there for us. I don't know how it works in the clubhouse. So I'm talking out of my rear end here. Like, what's it like in the clubhouse to have a –
I mean, somehow other places have made do.
you didn't let me finish.
Go ahead, say it.
What's it like in the clubhouse to have a disparity that great?
It happens all the time.
If you win baseball games, I don't think anyone cares.
I mean, there's
Okay.
every team has a scenario. Not every team. The Pirates don't, but most of the teams have scenarios.
Most
like
of the teams
that.
have a guy that makes $40 million, and the next best guy makes 20.
Well, again, you're also extending that divide, 40 to 20. Yeah, I mean,
30 to 15.
I-
Like, there's
what's the second highest paid player? I'm trying to think of
Like on the
on the
Dodgers
Blue
or-
Jays, for
okay.
example. Vladimir Guerrero is making $50 million a year. Is that the number, or is it more than that?
No, that's
I'll
probably
pull it up
right.
here.
It's probably 40 to 50.
And it seems like they're okay. They just made
Well,
it to
they
Game
were
7.
until they didn't
Right,
win-
I understand.
until they didn't
I
win.
understand.
Back to the Orioles. Let's beat them up some more. No, I think they're going to wind up getting somebody, it looks like, right? Like,
But that's what I'm asking.
but are they really going
Is-
to pay somebody
is
$175
this
million?
to
Well, they're not
you-
going to pay.
Is
Cease
this to you?
Cease is 45 per year, and then Vladdy's 30.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
no, that's that. 2026
Like per year?
The 2026 payroll of Vlad is 40.
Oh, what am I looking
Cease
at? Then?
is 25.
You're looking at the luxury tax?
No, I'm looking at
That's
the
insane.
literal.
Oh, I'm
list-
looking at cash total.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Giving Cease that kind of money is crazy.
So, is this to you?
It's always going to be the same with Orioles till they sign somebody.
That's what I'm trying to get
yes,
to.
they've earned that.
You don't think it matters that they?
To me, it doesn't matter at
Okay,
all.
that's what I wanted to know.
Because what would matter would have been if they would have said 5 years, 190, or whatever the math is.
Well,
Again, I'm
okay.
not even advocating. He's a very one-dimensional player. I'm not
Right.
even. At least Alonso has some other dimension, right? He's a very one-dimensional player.
It's a pretty good dimension to have. I mean,
I understand.
I
I'm
take
not
it.
saying he's not right. I'm
Yeah.
not saying he's not a good baseball player. He's 3 years removed from hitting a $194 1 year. Like he is strikeout, home run, would be damned. But that's okay. That's what he does. But at some point, you've got to be willing to shell out money for. And they don't have a lot of openings. And that's the other thing that's weird to me. They forget about how much money they really have. Rubenstein might have said to them, you can have whatever you want. I don't know. But the funniest part is they don't really have that many openings to fill. Just spend the money on someone.
yeah, and they can create some more. I mean, like they don't have to.
Sure.
They don't have to keep Ryan Mountcastle. They can still choose that.
Yeah,
that
but what's
number's
he
not
make?
guaranteed. What's it, 8 million?
8
Is that what it
million?
was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a shame. I don't know how he lives on that. You know they're going to give Eflin. Eflin's going to be in Baltimore. You already know what's going to happen there. They're going to sign him to a 1-year deal for $17 million or whatever. He's going to be here. You already know who they're going to get.
I don't know that.
Yeah, you do.
The reports last night was they were heavily involved in Mackenzie Gore conversations.
Okay, so they should call me.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
I mean, come on.
Mackenzie Gore is a good pitcher. Stop that. You're just saying things now. You're just doing a bit. Like, you're trying to make Mackenzie Gore Eric Fetty. You're not going to do that.
That's actually probably a pretty good comparison.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Stop it.
All right.
Stop it. You're saying that because you're a dinosaur who still thinks someone's win-loss record matters.
Not at all. I'm not a dinosaur.
Yeah. Agree to disagree.
So I don't know.
I'm in a weird place because there is a part of me that says, dude, you got to understand you're the Orioles, and you're going to have to. You can say, if this is what his market value is, that's what we're willing to pay.
You're also, here's the other thing, and this is probably the weirdest part of the whole thing. You're not really that far away. You're not.
Mm-hmm.
You just watched the Blue Jays come within a moron not sliding at home from winning the World Series.
But the Blue Jays did.
But the Blue Jays have legitimate baseball players.
The Blue Jays, because they were willing to pay a tax. They said,
right,
we're going to have to pay. Everybody else decided what they thought Anthony Santander was worth, right? And the Blue Jays said.
That's a bad example, but right.
It didn't work out for them. But
it might. He signed for 4 years, not one.
That's the point is, they said, for us to get players, we're going to have to pay more than what they're worth because they don't want to come here. Because they think they're just going to go to.
Well, there's a lot of dynamics to that.
There's other dynamics that go beyond
Canada.
Yes, that absolutely plays
in. But the Orioles have the same general.
The Orioles have a smaller market size. The Orioles
but they also have the same general. I don't want to say malaise. That's probably the wrong word. But the Orioles have the same general thing that they're dealing with.
There's a stigma.
Which is stigma's the wrong word. Which also is look, they're in a tough division still. We know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Yankees are going to be the Yankees, even though they always say, we're not going to spend as much money. The Red Sox are clearly in it to win it, right? There's no question the Red Sox are trying to win, 12 more games.
Yeah.
So they can be legit.
Yeah.
You have Toronto. You have Tampa Bay.
Right.
Now they got Brandon Hyde. Who knows what's going to happen there?
Good point.
The Orioles,
and Cedric Mullins.
But the Orioles are not that far away. They're really not.
That's
what's crazy.
They're not that far away if.
Well, if they get 2 or 3 more real players.
And some of the guys they have work out again. Like.
Okay.
I mean, they.
But you're always going to have 2 or 3 players that don't work out.
I agree with that
always.
part. I agree with that part.
You can't win them all.
Very specific players that need to work out for them. I think it matters a little bit. To the point that you brought up earlier, I do think they're doing something. I don't think this offseason ends up being.
I agree. I think if those reports are true,
yes,
and they offered 5 years, $150 million for this dude, I do think that's a positive sign. My question would be, why wouldn't you just give him 5 years, $170 million, and get him down here?
In this one uniquely, they might not have had the option of doing that. That might be the case.
Anti the way it usually goes.
I know.
Because these agents whore these guys out for every nickel they can.
I understand that, but Kyle Schwarber's at a place in his career where he might have just said, get every penny you can for me to stay in Philadelphia.
God, who wants to stay in Philadelphia?
It's a fair point.
Hellhole.
Drew Forrester is in studio with us today on a Would You Rather Wednesday edition of Glenn Clark Radio. Ravens-Bengals coming up this Sunday in Cincinnati.
We're not losing to those guys again, are we?
You keep saying that.
Come on.
That means we will catch up once again with our friend, former NFL linebacker, WLW Cincinnati host, our buddy Rocky Boiman is back with us now here on GCR. Rock, it's Glenn, and Drew's here with me on a Wednesday. Always appreciate you, man. Thank you for taking the time for us once again.
Glenn and Drew, happy to be with you. It's been a tough day in Cincinnati. The Bengals lose on Sunday, and then early in the week get the news that Kyle Schwarber, hometown hero, is not going to be coming to the Reds. Then the news that Jermaine Burton is released. Then the news that Henderson is going to be done for the year, and then T. Higgins is in concussion protocol. It's just another great week in Cincinnati.
Yeah, okay, right, but don't forget.
Than that, though, how's everything?
Well, hang on, but you also still came to Baltimore 2 weeks ago, and after telling me I didn't have to worry about the Bengals getting better defensively,
right?
You told me it was going to limit them. Then they turned the ball over 5 times, which I think is as much on the Ravens as it is on the Bengals. Rock, did we from that? Like I know there was a national dialogue about how the Bengals had been a little bit better defensively in the 2 weeks leading up to the Thanksgiving night game, and then obviously what happened on Thanksgiving happened. Is what happened last week in Buffalo a reminder of, hey, the defense was really never quite as good as people wanted to make it out to be? Or is that unique to the Bills, and you still do believe the defense has kind of turned the corner a little bit?
I don't. I think a lot of us, maybe even me included, got a little bit higher on the Bengals defense coming off the performance against the Ravens. But you look back at it, and I don't care who you play. You get 5 takeaways, and a lot of that's on the defense. But you get 5 takeaways. It's going to be very, very hard to lose that game. But yeah, I think the Bengals defense kind of went back to the one that we've really seen consistently all season. It's just, I've told you before, Glenn, it's a defense that just doesn't have playmakers on it. Doesn't have those 2 or 3 guys that just come hell or high water, will just flat make a play, will make a tackle in a big moment, make a big sack. And it's still just the same old story of missed tackles and blown assignments. And I have to imagine against the Bills at some point during the week, the conversation was, hey, this guy likes to run the football. And if you open up like big, wide rush lanes right up the middle, he likes to run the ball vertically. And he did it 2 or 3 times, big time. The one was to ice the game at the end. So, it's just a defense that you try to find ways, but it shouldn't be that hard. You shouldn't be trying so hard to find reasons to be higher on this defense. I think the reality is it's just not a great unit.
Well, the one thing I'll defend them for a second. Maybe they don't need it, but my math could be off here. But they only allowed 18 points for the first 52 minutes of the game, and then the quarterback threw the ball away twice. I know the long quarterback touchdown run there probably looked a little suspicious, but for the most part, 52 minutes in, they had only allowed 18 points. I think that's the right number. That was a reputable performance.
Yeah, and again, they're going to show you some moments here and there that they're going to do some good things, and the young linebackers are going to make some plays. But then, in the game's critical moments, and I think that's kind of what it ultimately goes back to is this is an entire team that is so dependent on Joe Burrow just carrying the load and not making a mistake, and knowing in the back of his head that, boy, if I do take a chance and throw an interception, or just happen to throw a bad interception, or a guy makes a great play where he rushes off the edge and jumps out of the stadium and grabs the ball out of the sky. I think he knows, and the Bengals know, and I think fans know that when those rare Joe Burrow mistakes happen, this is just entire team, and especially the defense, is not good enough to make up for that. So it came down to it. Joe Burrow was playing one hell of a game. I mean, I don't know, guys, if you agree, but the first half of that game, I don't know if I've ever seen better quarterback play from 2 quarterbacks. I mean, it was absolutely incredible, the throws those guys were making. And a couple of mistakes by Burrow in the second half, and the defense couldn't help get it back.
He is Rocky Boiman. He's with us here on GCR. Rock, before we go to Joe Burrow and the offense, you bring up the Trey Hendrickson thing. Are the Bengals committed, like, we are going to keep Trey Hendrickson come hell or high water? This has been such a weird year with everything going on. Do we read in that, like, there are people in Baltimore that would be really interested in Trey Hendrickson because we can't get a sack here in Baltimore. What is the reality at this point now that he's done for the season, and after everything, how awkward it has been all year long?
If I were to bet money, Glenn, I would say his tenure as a Bengal is over. I think because of the drama in the off season, and then and it was always this was always a question: is a guy who's on the wrong side of 30 at 31? Can he be healthy? Is he going to be able to stand through the rigors of the season? The Bengals have been burned by paying guys late in their career, especially on defense before. Well, they went ahead and did it because, frankly, they had no other option. I mean, he was the lone great player on a defense that didn't have any other great players. So he knew he had leverage, and his agent knew he had leverage. So eventually the Bengals kind of caved in and signed him, and unfortunately it just didn't work out. Now, with all that said, I mean, I've said it before to you, Glenn. I firmly believe it. He is the greatest free agent signing in Bengals history. Mm-hmm. I mean, from what he did coming in from New Orleans, what was that, 4 or 5 years back, what he delivered, I mean, multiple, 15 sack seasons, 17 sack seasons. I just think for, his health and, maybe a few other factors just didn't work out. But I think he's done as a Bengal. Hopefully he'll go on and play somewhere else, but I don't think it'll be in Cincinnati.
So the only option left for them, obviously, they're banking on an 8-9 finish and some wild outcome between Pittsburgh and Baltimore, where one or two of those teams both finish 8-9. Is that enough, though, to get them? Is that enough to get them through these? Obviously, it's got to get them through Sunday, but is that the only thing remaining to keep their spirits up?
I guess, but it's just like, I mean, say it out loud.
It's a long shot.
Mid-December, and the Bengals have 4 wins. Right. It's mid-December.
Right.
Bengals have 4 wins, and this is a playoff team. I mean, the math is there, and it requires all kinds of crazy stuff and some ties and whatever. But I think, realistically, the slim playoff hope died versus the Bills last week.
Yep.
Rocky, that said, what do you make of how much does what happened on Thanksgiving night matter to you going into this? Because the thing that we always say, all of the smart people always remind me, turnovers are not predictive. And you cannot assume that a game will go the same way when it involves turnovers so heavily. What did you make of just the way these two teams matched up beyond how the turnovers kind of told the story of the game and what we learned from that going into this Sunday?
I've been saying, and I'm sure you saw the same thing. The biggest thing that stood out to me in the last Bengals-Ravens game was just Lamar Jackson just did not look like the human highlight reel guy that you have ingrained in your head, right? I'm sure you've said that. I'm sure you saw that. And, you're just watching the game, and you're like, this used to be a guy that if I transplanted myself on that field, I'd be like, oh, my God, scared to death of this guy just making one cut, one play, one throw, and throwing the whole game, into madness here. And I don't see that. I don't know if it's health, if he's getting older, probably a combination of both those. So he just doesn't have I don't think he strikes the fear in defenses and defensive players the way he did. Now, who knows? Maybe he gets healthy and he comes back and he's the old guy. But I think that's the biggest thing that stood out to me. It just doesn't look like he's that same just dangerous threat he used to be.
And he looked a little bit better against Pittsburgh. But not Lamar Jackson. That's not,
right.
You're 100% right. That's not Lamar Jackson. Now, here's the $1 million question, Rocky Boiman.
Okay, yeah.
You are 1 year older than Phillip Rivers. Now.
It's unbelievable.
I know you didn't play the same position. I understand that there's just no world in which you could go out and play a linebacker at the age of 45. But we think this is insane. And I get it, Tom Brady played at this age and played well at this age, but he's Tom Brady.
Yeah, but he also hadn't taken 5 years off.
Right. The Colts are saying Phillip Rivers could start for them this week, having not played football in 5 years. He's 44 years old. This feels like if we presented it as a hypothetical, we would be laughed out of the room. And it'd be a non-starter conversation-wise. Is this as insane as we think it is, or can you see this somehow being viable?
Well, first of all, doesn't he have 9 kids and he lives in California? So that's got to be $1 million a year in expenses, man.
That is true. I can understand why he wants to
get a few more funds. Right. But no, it's obviously it's great fun, and what the hell? I mean, we're all going to watch and stuff, but no. And if you ask that as a hypothetical, could a quarterback or any player, but especially a quarterback, come back after being out for 5 years and come in and start? Can he have success? It sounds like a long shot, but I'll certainly be there to watch it.
I agree with that part. We're all gonna watch it. All right. Do you want? Drew was going war on Notre Dame earlier today. Do you want 30 seconds to explain to Drew why he's wrong about Notre Dame? And I agree with him, by the way.
I don't know what he said about Notre Dame. So tell me, and I'll react.
We think they should play.
All I said was, well, that's over. What I said was, tell me what the benefit is to not playing. I know what all of the tentacles are to playing. I know what all the advantages are if they were going to go play in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Tell me what the benefit is to not playing.
Well, I think first of all, it's a team that's not motivated to play. They feel they should have been in the college football playoff. I agree. I think they should have been in, not ahead of Miami, but they should have gone in ahead of Alabama. That was not a juggernaut Alabama team. They had 3 losses, got blown out in the conference title game. I think they should have went ahead and been ahead of Alabama. Now, with that said, we saw this a few years back with Florida State, right? They had a great year, and then quarterback gets hurt, but they're still going to go to a bowl game. And they had none of their guys playing. They got their doors absolutely blown off. And I think Notre Dame looked at it and said, that's exactly what's going to happen here. This would not be the 2025 version of the Irish that you would see on that field. There'd be 10, 12, 15 guys, especially the top players, that wouldn't be there. It would be a mess. You muck around, and then you put an even, darker, stain on the season. I just don't think anybody was motivated to play it. I mean, there's plenty of times for practices. These kids are practicing all the time, doing drills all the time. And I think they also just felt like they had to make a stand and say, we felt like we were wrong here, and we're going to go about it this way.
I still think they should play the game.
I
All
got nothing.
right.
Look, let me say this. Like, me, I am a core football guy. In my core, I say if right now, at this point in your life, you're put on this earth to play football, you should play football.
Play football.
But I guess I'm also – there's this battle, and we should talk about this on another segment, like this battle between the old way of doing things in football and college football and the new way. And it's transactional, and it where it used to not be so much. And it's just things are changing, and some say for the better, and the ratings are high, but some would say for the worst. These bowls are not valued by people, by players, and by teams as much. And I think it's just got to be studied and looked at. Do we want to continue going a new way with it? And if we do, okay, that means some of the old ways, the old traditions are going to go by the wayside. Or do we want to kind of put the brakes on a little bit and try to maintain some of those old traditions? We got to, it's like a cross, where it's a line in the sand right now. We just got to decide which way we want to go.
I think you're right, and I think they are going to expand the playoff and try to make more of these bowl games playoff games in order to make them more relevant. And I don't even know that I don't think we need it. Like I certainly don't think there are 32 teams that are worthy of playing in a tournament to come around a national champion. But I'm not going to be bothered by it either because I'm a football fan and I'll be into watching more.
Right.
Like
we're going to get football. It's going to be great.
Like I'll be down with that. What's on your docket, Rock? What are you going to be working?
Let's see. I got 5 bowl games in 13 days.
Shoo.
If you can believe that.
I can't wait to hear you pretend to know what's going on with these teams. I can't wait.
Dude, you should see my desk right now. I got 8 teams lined up here. There are 2 of them I don't know yet. So I got the Boca Bowl on the 23rd. I got the Military Bowl on the 27th. I got the Music City Bowl on radio on the 30th. I got the Liberty Bowl on the 2nd. And something else, I forget.
If you're in town, when you do the Military Bowl, if you're in town for more than 3 hours, like if it's not just in doing the game and leaving.
Yeah, that's right. That's up by you. Yeah.
Let us know. We will take you out. All right. Let us know. If I know how these goes. If you're like, dude, I'm in, I'm out at 8 p.m. I get it. I understand. But if you're in for more than that, tell us, and we're gonna take you out. All right.
All right, sounds good. I land on the 26th, and the game's 11 a.m., so I'll be out on the 27th. But maybe on the 26th we'll get together, man. That'd be great.
I'd love it, man. Rock, love you, brother.
Right.
Appreciate you. Look forward to chatting with you again. Thank you for doing this.
You guys are the best. Thanks so much.
Rocky Boiman with us here on GCR. Appreciate him taking the time for us.
Didn't answer it.
He actually sounded defeated as he attempted to.
Yeah, he didn't answer
it sounded like it did sound like he
But he told the truth.
Well,
he told the truth.
Right.
And the truth is, it's there are a bunch of tentacles to it, but the truth is that it is a lack of motivation. The truth is that these guys, and this is part of what he said, which is relevant and is worth another discussion, and that is, and I'm going to say this the wrong way, so don't jump on me yet. The discussion has to be, we can't let the kids run football. So we got to figure out a way to play these games so that they don't say, I'm not playing. And I don't know what that means. So I'm here to say I don't know that I have the solution. But what I do know is if the team's going to play on January the 3rd and 12 of the kids say, well, I'm not playing, then he's right. It does suck. And you're going to get your ass kicked, and there is no benefit. So he's right. So it does deserve some sort of think tank to say, how are we moving forward with this so that the 4 best players on Notre Dame's team are going to play? Are we going to just create a rule? And then if you do that, they're going to just say my hamstring hurts.
Right.
So
correct.
how do you do it? It's the same thing with the portal.
Well, because lots of players in any bowl game that isn't a playoff game are going to be opting out to start getting ready for the draft, right? Like, that's going to happen everywhere.
You might even have players in the playoff games not play. I mean, who the hell knows?
We haven't seen it yet, but to your point, yes, I'm not saying we might not.
But, again, it is worth a reevaluation or a restructuring. I'm not disagreeing with that. I am old school, but I'm not disagreeing that the times have changed. It is much more transactional. I get it. But no one can still tell me what's the benefit to not playing. He tried by saying they're not motivated. But that's not answering the real question.
Your point is it's not a benefit. It's just an excuse or a reason not
We're
to.
not
And
motivated.
I understand exactly what
I can
what
see
you're saying.
that.
I would say I am convinced they're going to expand. The fact that they haven't expanded the playoff is wild to me. They're going to expand the playoff.
I was thinking of this when he was first talking. It was 4 at the beginning, right?
Right.
Then it went to 8 for...
No, it never went to 8. It went right from 4 to 12.
Oh, it did?
Yep, went right from 4 to 12. Yep.
You sure about that?
100%. Directly from 4
It's
to 12.
only been 4?
Yep.
Or 12?
Yes. But they've already thrown out, like the Big Ten wants to be 24, and there's tons of numbers, and we all like snicker at it and say there aren't. This is the part.
Let me ask you this question real quick. Let me stop and ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Look at this guy.
World.
Dopey the clown.
Come on.
What? Now you've made me lose my train of thought.
I didn't make you lose anything.
Oh, should a team be penalized? And I don't know if that's the right word. Should the here's a better way of putting it. Should the conference championship games be evaluated
or not? Yes.
Or should the pairings come out? Not the pairings, but the whatever you call it.
They're kind of frozen after the end of the regular season.
Yes.
Hypothetically, yes.
Okay.
Hypothetically.
So the reason Virginia didn't get in was because they lost to Duke.
Yep.
If Virginia would have beat Duke, Virginia would be in.
And
is that yes or no?
Yes.
I don't follow it enough.
Yes, Virginia
I'm
would
asking
be
you.
in. James Madison would be out.
Okay. So and James Madison won Sun Belt, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah. It's a conference.
I guess.
I'm sure if you're
maybe.
It is.
So
they got an office and everything.
Sure. Have you been in it?
Business cards.
Did you die? But did you die?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I got shot.
Right.
Yeah, but did you die?
Yeah.
So have you been in the office?
You know, it's a great point. I have not visited the Sun Belt, but
Nope.
I believe.
Just you said what you needed to say.
I believe they have offices.
All right. So anyway, I just don't understand again, it sounds weird to say this because it's Alabama. Like, how do you leave Alabama out? But they got their ass kicked by Georgia.
And they just weren't that good this year.
But
they lost to Florida State.
But but teams lose to teams. So
I understand that. But when you're judging between
okay, but hold on. But if it's 17-14 against Georgia, does that change it? If they lose by 3, is the fact that they got boat raced what happened?
I think it's that combined with a really bad loss. The Alabama argument is that other teams don't have really bad losses. Like Notre Dame's 2 losses were to they're both playoff teams.
Yeah. Which was Michigan and
Texas A&M. And Michigan is definitely not in the playoffs.
No, Notre Dame lost to
and
Texas
Miami.
A&M and Miami.
Maryland should be in.
No, Texas A&M and Miami. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the flip side argument is Notre Dame also didn't have any good wins, whereas Alabama beat Georgia. And that's what makes this complicated, right? Like, yes, Notre Dame did not have a loss that's nearly as bad as Florida State. That's a terrible loss. But they also didn't really beat anybody all year long. There's not really
fair enough.
This is why I don't feel bad for Notre Dame, right? Like you didn't really do anything that says you needed to be.
How many teams in the playoff have 2 losses?
I mean, a bunch of them
Everyone.
do. Yeah.
But,
Who doesn't? Ole Miss doesn't. Texas A&M
Tulane's
didn't.
got 2 losses,
Miami.
which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
that they're
Miami
in.
has 2 losses.
No one has 3, right?
Bama.
Alabama.
Bama has 3.
Yeah.
They didn't get in.
No, they got in. Alabama got the spot. Notre
now
Dame
I'm
did
really
not
now I'm
move.
really
Yes,
confused.
Yeah, they did not
Alabama
move.
got in.
Now I'm really confused.
Yeah.
Who's got 4?
Nobody's got 4. Nobody had 4.
Gotcha.
There's no the highest ranked 4-loss team, by the way, was Iowa, for the record. They were the 20.
Their basketball team's pretty good.
There's that.
They just lit us up.
So are they good?
That's an exclusive group of everybody. An exclusive group. How bad is Marquette in hindsight? Like, how bad is Marquette?
Maryland?
Not good. Not good.
But they'll be okay.
Trying to sell. When?
Next year.
Maybe.
They're gonna have some. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna
Okay.
have some players. How'd it go for Villanova last night against Michigan?
Not well. Not well.
They were losing by 40 when I saw it.
Now remember,
what was the final?
I think they got
I think
back
they
within
got a
like
little
25.
yeah, but they were down by.
They were down by
they were
40 points at one point.
They were down by 30 at halftime.
Yeah.
It was.
Now is that because Michigan's really, really good, or Villanova?
little bit of
Michigan
both.
might be really
A
good.
little bit.
I hope Villanova
Little
loses
bit of
every
both.
game.
I agree with that.
A bald-headed
It's not
freak,
wow. Jeez.
ass clown. I hope they lose every game.
Getting it all out, huh?
Well, he left our terms.
All right, our terms. Our terms, he says. CountySports.zone. Hey, St. Francis is playing
Now, hold
for
on.
a
Alabama got in the playoff.
chill. St. Francis is playing for a mythical national championship tonight.
Mythical.
That ought to be good.
Here,
National championship.
Yeah,
You gotta go to class for it to
according,
count.
according to Payton. Yeah. According to Peyton Manning, anyway, this is the national championship tonight. You want to find out more about it? Go to
Where's the game?
CountySports.zone. It's over at the Peninsula. They're playing it at the Under Armour.
Against who?
Corner Canyon.
What state? What
is the
state?
opponent? Yeah, you'd be here
Arizona.
a long time.
God, you're close.
It is close geographically, yes.
California.
No.
Colder.
New Mexico.
No.
Colorado.
No.
You're dancing all around it.
She's a whiz.
Dancing
I don't know my
all around
I don't know
it.
my landscape very well.
Couldn't.
What,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
one
have
of
you
those-
really
I know.
boxed it in?
Wyoming?
Oh no. You really
Oh,
don't.
Texas.
No, I said boxed it in. I didn't.
Oh, Wyoming.
Oh, Nevada.
Close.
Oh,
So
right
close.
there.
Everything
You're right.
is
You named
Utah.
every day.
I didn't even every state except
Hey.
Did Utah? Did I see something just now? They got $500 million or
Yeah,
something.
from a private equity firm.
But
in
to
order
do what with?
To win football games,
Allegedly,
probably.
yeah, to compete with BYU. I mean, like BYU's getting all that sweet crumble cookie money.
AJ,
Yeah,
hey,
they-
future wizard, AJ
yeah.
DeVance looked pretty
They
good.
gave them 500, and they just gave it to them and said, "Go build up your football and basketball teams."
Essentially, well, I mean, no, that private equity money, they're expecting a lot back. This
Well, how
this
they get
could
it
prove
back?
to be
How do you get it back?
the idea. It's sort of like the mob.
Okay.
They're going to start telling them how to do business.
Okay.
Like somebody who has a job at Utah is not going to have a job at Utah pretty soon, because the private equity people are going to say,
"Oh, we want this guy running it."
"No,
Yeah.
you don't need that.
Right. Oh.
You don't need that. You don't need that."
Stockholders.
Yeah, this is the danger. Like you're going to get a cash infusion. There's no doubt about it. But there will
Yeah,
be a
but this
price to
isn't
pay
a cash
for it.
infusion. This
The
is
point of all this is you want to find out about tonight's championship game.
Oh.
Go to CountySports.zone. Proudly sponsored by your local Toyota dealer, buyatoyota.com. We'll play Would You Rather Wednesday on the other side. Drew's here, Glenn Clark Radio.
The weather's getting cooler, so when you and your family are picking out a place to dine, be it lunch or dinner, let's make it nice and easy. Now, with 2 great locations, the Costas Inn remains your #1 destination. Whether you want to get steamed crabs and the full Costas menu out at the original location at 4100 North Point Boulevard, or sample the complete menu minus the steamed crabs at the new location above the grandstand at the Timonium Racetrack. Costas is your place to go. Check out the website, CostasInn.com, for a look at the menu, and if you want to plan that crab feast, call 410-477-1975. The Costas Inn.
Get in the game with Volo Sports. With over 15 sports to choose from, join a league or grab a Volo membership for discounted play, free daily pickups, fitness classes, and exclusive events. But the best part? A portion of every league fee helps the Volo Kids Foundation provide free sports to over 5,000 kids across Baltimore City each year. Don't miss out. Early pricing for the winter season ends December 12th. Final registration deadline is January 15th. Sign up now at volosports.com/Baltimore.
Gambling can be a fun and entertaining experience, but there are risks involved. If you're planning on betting on the game at the casino or on your phone or computer, know your limit, stay within it. set a budget, and a time to stop. Remember, gambling isn't a financial solution, and it doesn't mix well with alcohol or drugs. Know the risks and have a plan before you begin gambling. For free and confidential services, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org.
The latest edition of Press Box is available now. On the cover, Don Marcus profiles new Maryland Athletic Director Jim Smith, breaking down the challenge he faces in his new role and the unique background he brings to the job. Also inside, Brandon Schwartzberg takes an in-depth look at Orioles outfielder Dylan Beavers. And we meet college basketball players from all the programs around the state before the season gets underway. Press Box is available for free at over 250 locations throughout the region. And starting this month, you can find us at Baltimore area High's Dairy Store locations. Plus, you can read the entire issue online at PressBoxOnline.com, where you can also find great betting advice and the best daily coverage of the Orioles, Ravens, and Terps.
Get ready to hit the ultimate holiday jackpot at Live Casino during the live action $1 million giveaway. Every Friday through December 26th, we'll draw 25 lucky cash winners, but only one winner each Friday will advance to the final rounds on December 26th, where you could win $1 million in just 3 spins. Come make your million, only at Live Casino. At Erndale Mills, must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Contrary to what some people believe, I actually like this guy when he sleeps. Glenn Clark, talking sports.
All right, back in here on GCRs and continue along on a Would You Rather Wednesday edition of the program. So let's play Would You Rather Wednesday.
When are we doing the hockey and basketball stuff?
No, that's after football season ends is when we start those segments.
take it easy.
Unless Griffin's brother has a question that
He said, he wants to know who's going to win the Kraken Kings game tonight.
Oh, where is it? In L.A.?
Seattle.
Oh, it's in Seattle?
I thought it was in Seattle.
Well, how about a little Fiala? How about a little Fiala Kopitar parlay?
Ooh,
goal scoring parlay.
Ooh. But he asked who was going to win.
Well, I don't care about that.
Okay. All right, there we go.
Scores.
There we go. Get your responses in for Would You Rather Wednesday at Glenn Clark Radio on Twitter, Facebook.com/Glenn Clark Radio, and you will win. Someone will win a Flockia T-shirt just for participating. And I feel like I should say no giveaways until we fill the bowl pick'em, is what I should say. When the bowl pick'em's filled, then we'll pick a winner. Nobody gets anything. You got to eat your vegetables before you have your dessert.
You know what I mean? Wasn't that on an album?
I believe so. Something like that. So you have to eat your
pudding.
Pudding, yes. Thank you. That's what I was trying to come up with. Would you rather number one? Would you rather?
That was a great album. That was a great album.
It was, and I'm not even like a big Pink Floyd person. Right. But I'm not going to deny that. You're 100% right.
Pink Floyd was not Grateful Dead-ish in terms of like you either loved them or didn't.
Right.
But I would say this. They're one of the more underrated musical groups of my lifetime.
Okay.
Dude, Pink Floyd was freaking good, man.
I'm not debating.
It was just a little bit too, whatever you want to call it.
There was a little too much noise to me at times.
Yeah, it was a little
There was a little.
Like if you listen to Dark Side of the Moon with your headset on, it's a little too much sometimes.
Well, it's the psychedelic part.
Yeah.
But
they were good, man.
I was never a big psychedelic person. And it's, I mean, music-wise.
Really?
Musically.
I've seen your act. I've seen your act a couple times.
Man, I went to see Third Eye Blind on Sunday night. At the Anthem.
They're still around?
Yeah, they're killing it. They've hit that nostalgia.
Third Eye Blind?
Yeah, they've hit that whatever the sweet spot is for nostalgia. Where like they
that one album was really good.
They kill. They do Merriweather every summer and they blow it out like it's nuts because they're in that perfect.
Same guys or somebody die?
Only one of them. Only the singer. Everybody else. He just fired them all.
Oh.
He just said you're out.
Okay, so the singer's still there.
Yep, and it's everybody else is different. But
that's all that matters.
Exactly right. That's
honestly.
Exactly the.
It's like when when Lowell George died, and Little Feat tried to be Little Feat again. Everyone's like, "You're not Little Feat
But
anymore."
there's very few bands that have ever done this successfully.
Done what?
Still been relevant after a lead singer change. AC/DC, obviously.
For sure, AC/DC. Right. I mean, there's an argument. I'm an AC/DC junkie.
I know. We've talked about
There's an argument that their Brian Johnson stuff is better than the Bon Scott stuff.
There's an argument.
The Bon Scott stuff was great.
100%. But they're one of the very few bands that survived a change in lead singer and
prospered.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I mean, Van Halen did, but they changed because
Yes,
they didn't
that's true.
change because they had to change.
Mhm.
They changed because David Lee Roth was a moron.
Right.
But
Van
they still,
Halen, 100%.
they still,
Van Halen is on the list. For the second singer. The third singer, no.
No. Gary Sharona
It didn't work out.
Who else? That's interesting.
It's man. I mean, some have survived as nostalgia acts. Like
somebody told me Sublime, the
it's
kid's
his
son is
his son.
he's good.
That's I mean for the most part, but
Okay.
they're still.
Journey is an example of someone
Journey
who
is
did not.
is a nostalgia act though that can still sell tickets, but just to come watch.
The guy that sounds like Stephen Perry sing,
right?
It was a flop.
That part, Queen is an example of. People will still go in droves.
Kid's a hell of a singer, man.
Adam Lambert is amazing,
Insane,
talent. Amazing talent.
Fingernails painted and all.
He's awesome,
no doubt.
But he's not Freddie Mercury, right? And they're not making new music. They're not like they don't have hits.
Yeah, they.
Since
Okay, fair enough.
It's a nostalgia.
Right.
Act.
It's okay. So that's
AC/DC
that
and Van
paints it
Halen
differently.
had success.
Journey
Commercial
didn't
success.
put out any albums with that.
They might have. I don't know.
Pinell guy, Panera.
Ariel, I think is
whatever.
Whatever it is. Ariel Pineda, I think that's what it is. Angel, I don't know.
No, that's
whatever.
you're thinking of Veda Pinson.
Is that who I was thinking?
Yeah.
They can still sell tickets, but it's not. They're not
Okay.
having. They're not selling records. They're not getting music on the
So
radio.
you're saying Third Eye Blind still as good as they were because they just have a guitar player and we didn't know who that was anyway.
For the most part. I mean, for the most part, that's the answer.
Okay.
For the most part.
And what was the crowd?
At the anthem, it was packed.
But I mean, they got 5 different levels there. Was it
all of them were
3,000,
packed,
5,000,
yes.
or 10?
But that's a smaller show for them. They play Merriweather and blow it out every summer.
It doesn't seem right.
Crazy. It's nuts. Like I can't believe they haven't had a song that mattered in 20 years. Now I love Third Eye Blind. That's my thing. But I show up and this girl says, "Hey, do you need a water?" Like this girl we know that like she's a singer of a cover band around here. And we see her, and we tend to see her at shows like this. And she's like, "Hey, do you want a water?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Here, let me throw a packet in for you." She puts a packet in there, like a Propel, like that type of thing. It was weed. It was 1,000%. I'm like halfway through the set. I'm like, man, I feel great.
I could do some jumping jacks.
I feel really good.
All right.
That was a new one for me. I had never experienced such a phenomenon. Not weed. I mean, just that type of.
So you're into drugs now, huh?
It's I don't know if you've heard. They're not drugs anymore.
I know.
Not sure if you're aware.
I see the line right there at the Zen Leaf
they're
place.
Not drugs.
I drive by and I'm like, what? Man, a lot of people want to get into Dunkin' Donuts.
Yep.
And then I look and I'm like, oh, no, they want to get into the Pizza Hut.
Not sure you're aware. That's not.
It's
the way it works
unbelievable.
anymore. All right, here we go. Number 1. Would you rather? I know your answer to this. You're the wrong person to ask. This was more. This was more to
feed
no.
me.
I wanted to see what other people's responses
Well,
were.
we don't care about that.
Would you rather the Ravens win out and go into the playoffs hot, or lose out and then make whatever major changes you want them to make in the offseason?
Well,
boy, I don't think the answer is as obvious as you think.
All right. I thought you were going to say the right thing.
My conventional sports wisdom, you know what I'm going to say, is nothing good ever comes from losing.
Yep.
And something good always comes from winning. The conventional wisdom here is to win.
Yep.
Win out, get in, roll the dice. You never know what's going to happen. I don't think this team can win the Super Bowl, but you never know. And here's why you never know. Josh Allen might break his collarbone the last week of the season.
It's true.
That said, man, I'm leaning more and more towards I just feel like they are, and this might be the first time I've ever said it, I feel like they're really in need of a reboot.
Wow. All right.
I do.
Okay.
I just don't see them. I don't see it getting any better. These last 2 games, this is recency bias for sure. Because if they do what they were supposed to do and they win those 2 and they're 8-5, my attitude's totally different. So maybe I shouldn't be using these 2 games. But they got beat by these 2 scrub teams at home.
I agree.
Pittsburgh stinks.
Yep.
They're terrible. They can't run the ball for jack. They can't stop the run at all. They got a 42-year-old quarterback who's all hopped up on whatever he's hopped up on, and they still lost.
Mushrooms.
Whatever it is down there that he took down there at ayahuasca. It's unbelievable. And they got their ass beat by Cincinnati. It's just not good, man. If those two games are away, it's totally different. You freaking lost at home to these two Charlie Brown outfits. It's terrible.
So?
And I'm kind of the other way.
Wow. I'm stunned.
I
am stunned.
I'm the other way.
And would you
definitely would. My change is Lamar's got to go.
There you go. That's what I was. Dude, they could just bring, they could bring in Phillip Rivers. That could be the answer.
No, I don't know, man.
So what would the changes? Because I did say that you had to tell us what the changes would be. What would the changes be?
I might change everything. Honestly.
New logo?
No, I would go get the Colts logo back, but that's because I have balls, and Bisciotti doesn't.
Wow!
So he let he let $10 million get in the way of that. You let $10 million get in the way of that, but you'll pay the coach $20 million.
God.
All right.
Are you currently on steroids?
I'm okay.
Okay, are you sure?
Get the Colts logo back here where it belongs.
Would you change them both?
I think I would change everything.
You change everything.
I do.
GM, head coach.
I do.
Everything.
I just feel like there's something is off.
Okay.
And part of it is traced back to the quarterback, meaning
it's not working with
it is
whatever it is, it's not working.
And look, is there? I hate to say this, but there is a history to this. It's like major championships in golf. There is a history to it. Very, very rarely in football does an elite quarterback go his entire career and not win one. It did happen to Marino. Everybody uses that as an example.
Jim Kelly,
and there was an example. Jim Kelly, Fran Tarkenton. Those guys
would be Phil Rivers until he wins this one.
Right. Those guys. But I guess you could lump Rivers in there.
He's on the low end.
He's a Tier B guy.
Yes,
he might be a Hall of Famer, but he's a Tier B guy.
I do agree.
If they can't get – if Lamar doesn't go to the Super Bowl / win a Super Bowl, it can only speak volumes about one of two things: him or the organization he was with. And you have to make that call, right, one way or the other, as an observer.
Yep.
And I don't think it's him. Now, that said, the data is starting to pile up in the postseason that it might be him.
I understand.
But he threw the ball right into Andrews' hands last year in the championship game or the playoff game. He had Zay Flowers in the end zone. It's not his fault Zay Flowers fumbled the ball. So I'm if you made me side with one of the two, Lamar, who's more at fault? And if it came down to this, and you just said, you got to make a call. Is Lamar to blame, or is everyone else to blame? I think everyone else is to blame.
Okay.
That's just me.
Okay.
And I don't know, man. Just seeing him the last couple of weeks.
I understand.
Something is wrong.
I don't disagree with that part of it.
So anyway, this is a tough question. Because you do want to see them win. Because you could finish 10-7.
And if they beat New England and Green Bay in the process, you're going to go into the playoffs saying, like, okay, they have a chance.
Anybody.
Yes.
Right.
I think I'm ultimately going to land on that. I'd rather them win out. But, I mean, I think it's pretty simple what the two changes they need are, and that is get an offensive line that can block and get someone that can sack the quarterback. Like,
okay, but they've known that that stuff.
Wow.
I have been getting aggravated by them.
Really
well, I mean, so
they've known that stuff
I think it's
for
that
3
simple.
years.
But yeah, so then if
and all they gave us was David Ajabo.
So
they've known that for 3 years.
So if that means we need a new general manager, then
but they've known this. They have. I'm not even talking about like the Falale, whatever that guy's name is. He the reason he's playing is they don't have anybody else better. You can argue and cry and whine all you want about Emory Jones or Voorhees. They don't have anybody to play, so they play this guy.
Maybe they're going to start playing Laken Tomlinson.
But here's the thing, right?
I thought this was going to be Ben Cleveland's week.
76 offensive plays. And I'm making these numbers up, so don't hold me to this. 76 offensive plays. He grades out favorably in 60 of the 76. He grades out baseline in 6 of them. And he grades out poorly in 7 of them. The average in the league is you grade out poorly in 4 plays. So he's 3 plays away. The problem is they're the 3 that we all see on the internet. And you go, this guy shouldn't be playing, and Harbaugh's an idiot for playing him. They don't have anybody else to play. There's your problem. And they've known this. They've known they don't have anybody to rush the quarterback. They've freaking known it. So they gave money to the middle linebacker who is, more hot and cold than crack the sky. Like, they gave him money.
Not bad.
They gave Humphrey all this money, and he stinks.
He's got a podcast.
You are.
But I'm saying, like, at some point, goes back to your question. At some point, someone's got to say, this is not
working, right?
Well, not only is it not working, because there are times when only one team can win. I'm sounding like the dude from the Bucks. Did you have a great year at your job? Were you a failure? Only one team can win.
Yep.
And the other teams are trying to.
Yes.
And only one team can win. But at some point, there has to come a time when these offenses are fireable. There just has to. Like, you gave us this roster and said these players are good enough, and they're not. So who pays for that? I'm just saying, I love those 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I love those 2 guys. But at some point, you're the ones that put this together. And it's not working. It's just not. I know he was out for 3 games. They won 1. They lost 2. I get that. They freaking lost a 15-point lead in the first game of the year at Buffalo. They should have salted that game away. Then they lost at home to the Lions, where they looked like they were in the JV.
Mm-hmm.
They got their ass kicked. They went to Kansas City the next week and lost because
lifeless.
Back then, everybody lost to Kansas City. Now Kansas City can't beat anybody. By the way, Houston's defense is good as crap.
Very good. Insane.
Oh, my
one's debating
gosh.
that.
You seen their helmets?
I
seen Houston's helmets? But they've lost these guys. Forget the 2 they lost
How do you
at
feel
home.
about the Jaguars Prowler uniforms, by the way?
I don't know if I've seen them. Pull those up for me.
I mean, they're not Orange
They're
Crush
one and done in the
Broncos
playoffs, by the way.
I don't disagree with that.
But I'm just saying, at some point, this has got to come full circle. It just does. And I think if they don't make it, he is going to reboot. I really do believe that. I know conventional wisdom has always been he doesn't do that. I'm telling you, if they don't make the playoffs, he's going to reboot this thing.
Well,
he's never going to fire John. That is not happening. John will move upstairs and collect his $20 million a year, which is probably the smart business move to do. And then John will go make $7 million a year on TV, and that'll be or go coach the Cardinals. That'll be the end of it. He's not going to fire John outright. Just say the Ravens have announced today they fired John Harbaugh. Steve's never doing that. But at some point, these offenses, those are okay. I'm not a big Teal guy, but those are okay.
Yeah, you know what? I agree that Teal is part
I'm
of the
not a big
problem.
Teal
there.
guy.
I don't care for Teal. This is what I said. I think it's better than
I'm not even a big
I think it's
uniform
better
guy.
than the other. Sure. I think it's better than the other uniforms they wear.
Right.
But I don't think it's great. I
Right.
just think it's better. I think they should wear them because they're better than the other options. But I do think Teal
But
is
anyway,
the problem.
I'm fired up about it
I kind of hate you
because
because you're going to make me do another 2-hour show today.
I'm fired up about it because I just can't stand. It's just terrible. They have this quarterback that is, I'm not going to say wasting away, but every year that goes by he's a year closer to not playing. Every year. I know this goof's playing at 44. Lamar doesn't have that kind of tread, I don't think. I'm not saying Rivers has any tread. I don't see Lamar being a guy that's going to play at 36. I just don't. Because I think what he brings to the table, there is a shelf life to it. That his dynamic nature, he you know what he is a really good example. He is an 8-cylinder car. He eats up more gas than a 4-cylinder car does.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And I don't think he can play at 36. I think you got to get him.
No, I think he can play at 36, but I understand what you're saying. I get it. And by the way, I do think that's part of what the problem has been, is that he's trying to prepare.
It's my wife wondering why I'm still here talking sports with you.
I can't
I'll call you back.
I can't believe you're talking sports either. That's the weirdest part about it.
But
I think that's part of what the
they're
issue is.
wasting away years, and everybody wants to blame John because that's the easy thing to do because people are stupid. Everyone wants to blame the head coach. It goes way beyond the head coach. Way beyond the head coach.
There's an interesting
the offensive line sucks.
Yeah. There was an interesting clip of Terrell Suggs this week, like saying, "I think these guys are school teachers. They're not football players." Like he said,
please.
But his point was, he's not blaming the coaching. He doesn't think the coaching is the issue. He thinks that these guys just aren't. They're not dogs.
And there may be truth to that, but you picked them.
Right.
And that's the point.
I agree with that part.
There is,
but I also think the coaching staff has a responsibility to
1,000,000%
use them the best way possible, and it's hard for me to.
We've seen enough. And I guess I would say this. In the history of the organization, and this is why it's not just on John. In the history of the organization, how many offensive coordinators have they had here that we have all collectively liked?
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
How many?
Todd Monken for a year.
Yeah, but
for 4 games.
Right.
How many?
Gary Kubiak.
Yep.
End
You'd be the only one.
End of list.
And there was probably a time.
And for 4 weeks, Jim Caldwell. For 4 weeks. And then they started another season, and then we all hated him too. Yep.
So what is it about this organization? And you and I have talked about this in the draft before.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh can't draft defensive backs to save their ass, but they can draft wide receivers.
They're really good at it.
We
really good at it.
Can't draft wide receivers to save our ass, although recently we've gotten better at it.
Mm-hmm.
But we could always draft defensive secondary players. Maybe
tight ends.
Maybe Elam notwithstanding.
Defensive tackles.
But defensive, right, right. So what is it that gets into your DNA, into your organizational DNA? There's something in this team's organizational DNA when it comes to the offensive coordinator. There is. There just is. Brian couldn't do it, and neither can John.
I don't know that that's unique to here. I think most places would look over their history of offensive coordinators and say we didn't like most of them.
And so why is that?
I think we just blame the offensive coordinator.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I don't know that
the coaches get blamed right away when things go terrible, and when they win, nobody gives the coaches any credit.
I don't even know that Cam Cameron did a poor job. I don't think he was given a lot to work with.
Well, we all watched the plays that didn't work and said, well, that play sucked.
Right, correct. And then
But there comes a time.
I think the coordinator change. Everybody looks back and says, well, as soon as they fired Cam Cameron, they won a Super Bowl, right? Like, yeah, but they didn't change the offense dramatically. They figured out they should probably not continue to play Michael Orr at left tackle. They figured that part out. Like, that was.
They also figured out when you get in a huddle, here's the play, throw it to Bolden.
Yeah, correct. Let's just do that
repeatedly,
over and over again.
At some point, when this is the pizza theme.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you have enough slices piled up that it isn't fixable. They haven't fixed this. If they coulda, they woulda.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Yep. If you could fix this, you would fix it. Why would you keep losing? If they go there this Sunday and lose, man.
I know.
Dude, if they go there this Sunday and lose.
It's over. It's over. It is. It's
probably.
Over. It's over.
Probably.
Yep.
They could still get in at 9-8. But losing the other night to Pittsburgh hurt them.
If they lose, they're not going to.
They lost to freaking Pittsburgh.
They're not losing
at home.
They're not losing the Bengals and beating the Packers and Patriots in consecutive
I don't
weeks.
think so either.
Well, unless they figure out how to block.
But again,
just overnight.
If they lose this game on Sunday, I'm not even talking about. I hear you when you say it's over. I'm just talking about if they lose this game on Sunday. If you can't go there with your season on the line, playing this team who stinks,
I hear you.
Something is off.
I hear you, man. All right, well, that was wild. We really got a lot out of that. Drew is fired up. I still had two more questions.
It is
another break to take, a tidbit and two.
It is recency bias.
I still think your answer is should be wrong, but I understand it. I understand. This is where I'm at. I still can't do it. I have to want the team to win. Like, to me, there's no point of being a fan.
And if they beat New England and Green Bay,
exactly
it's
right.
Game
it is
on.
unique to that too. That this scenario wouldn't be
they
them
can
beating.
win any game with Lamar quarterback.
I agree with that. If he looks like Lamar Jackson, And so that's part of it.
It's hard to look like Lamar Jackson when nobody's blocking.
I know. If for the next 4 weeks he looks like Lamar Jackson, the offense is functional, then I'm going to go into the playoffs believing somehow, some way they have a chance. And that's all I can ask.
By the way, A+ or A-?
For
how the refs did the other day.
Nailed it. Quickly, number 2, would you rather?
I got to go.
I know, and we got to go. And this is on you. This is not our fault. This is your fault. You just spent 10 minutes grandstanding. I can't even cut it into a TikTok clip. It's too long. Number 2, but we'll try. Number 2, would you rather? The Orioles announced today they've signed Pete Alonso for about what Kyle Schwarber got, 5 years, $150 million, or they announced an extension for Jackson Holliday today, 10 years, $300 million.
Well, it's not my money, so I couldn't care less.
Well, they're going to do one or the other.
Well, I'll take Alonso.
Okay.
Sure.
Why not the other thing?
Yeah, I'd like to see one more year out of him. I'm not a
that's
knee-jerk kind of quick. Okay. Give me one more year out of him. I believe in it.
But then it might be 10 years, $500 million to get Jackson
probably
Holliday.
not, but okay.
Well, it might be.
These guys got to take a pay cut at some point.
Yeah, when's that coming?
But I'll take Alonso. They need more power.
And number 3, can you pull up the Chris Russo thing, please? Number 3, would you rather you go to a holiday party tonight?
I want to punch his guy in the
don't
face.
play it yet. Don't. Would you rather?
I can barely see it.
Calm down.
Take it easy.
Would you rather?
Stop yelling at me.
You go to a holiday party tonight.
Okay.
You do a bit of drinking.
Okay.
And everyone at the party sees that you peed your pants.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Or you've been selected.
Why did I pee my pants?
Because you did a lot of drinking.
Okay, gotcha. So pee my pants, lost emotional control, bladder control, the whole thing.
All right.
Gotcha. Okay. Pee my pants. Okay.
Now, option 2, you've been chosen.
It's just every other night, though.
Like you go to a Wizards game, you go to a Maryland game, something like this, and you're chosen to try to attempt a half-court shot for $1 million.
I know which one I'm taking.
But this is what the half-court shot for $1 million looks like. And the entire internet ends up seeing it and sharing it. Here's what it looks like.
The person in the gray?
Yeah, this guy.
Well, what happened there?
Yeah.
Did he pull his hamstring?
I'm not entirely sure exactly.
Hold on.
Do we need sound?
Let me see.
No.
No, he pulled his hamstring. To run it again one more time. Where'd the ball go?
I don't think it came close.
Okay, hold on.
I don't think it made the.
Yeah, I'm not sure it made the free throw line.
Oh, he definitely pulled something in his hamstring or his calf. He might have torn his Achilles. Hold on. Oh my God!
The sound,
look, you can see him limping.
The sound is mostly just like, "Okay, Mad Dog" or something like that.
Okay, one more time.
Doggy.
I mean, you already know the answer.
Oh.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. This is now the entire internet gets a hold of it. It's shared everywhere.
Dude, you know the answer to this.
Go ahead.
You're peeing your pants. I'm not having that on the internet for the rest of my life. When people say in a year, remember last year Drew Peter Spence at the Christmas party, I'm going to go,
yeah, I was
you
drunk.
know what I'm going to say?
Right.
No, I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to say what we all hear all the time, that's fake news. And you're a terrible reporter. You know that? You're a terrible reporter.
Right? Yeah.
And we're going to take your license from you. If you say I peed my pants at the Christmas party, I'm going to say no, I didn't. And then I'm going to say to you, do you have video of that?
Somebody might, though.
Show me.
You didn't ask everybody if they took
die?
video. I mean,
show me that you have the video.
You don't know that somebody doesn't.
I'm not
have
letting you put that on the internet. Of me throwing a ball up like I'm an 11-year-old kid.
Yeah, and you got the excuse while I was drinking. It's true.
It did happen.
Oh, I think he got hurt. That's the worst part.
I don't know that he got hurt.
I think he pulled his hamstring.
I just think that might be where there is a question to me of like, why would you participate in this if
you could see him grab something right at the very end? Watch, right? Go ahead. Right?
Yeah,
right there.
I saw
He's
it.
like, my hamstring.
I saw it. But did he do that because he pulled it, or did he do that because he saw what happened?
I didn't think of that.
And now he's got to try.
Okay, I didn't think of that.
Right?
I don't think you think that quickly.
I don't know.
No,
man.
you're not an athlete. Oh, look who this is.
I
thought that was Jeter.
Oh, was this his? Did he have a terrible first pitch?
I've
seen worse.
I've seen the Cleveland Indians pitcher throw that.
He's just trying to throw the game.
I've seen Emmanuel Clase guy throw that ball.
All right.
All right.
Monday night.
All right.
And first of all, you get in the bowl, pick him today.
Get me.
He's
Okay.
gonna harass
I got a
you.
lot going on.
Yeah, it's $20.
Make sure
Venmo
I
me.
get this information.
Yes, we're gonna get you all of the stuff for Monday,
so that I can copy and paste and
yes,
put it up. All right.
100%. We're
All
gonna
right,
do all
I gotta
that.
go.
Drew'sMorningDish.com. That's Drew Forrester.
God bless you guys.
Today's show. We'll get right on that. Today's show also brought to you by Project Game Day. We're back this Sunday following Ravens-Bengals. Myself, Rita, KZ, Stecca, Griffin, and former Ravens linebacker Tyus Bowser. Come hang out with us. PressBoxOnline.com/GameDay. It's all brought to you by 1-800-GAMBLER, HelpMyGamblingProblem.org, the Costas Inn, and Live Casino and Hotel. We'll see you Sunday for Project Game Day. Come back in, Tidbit Tubi to wrap it up. Glenn Clark Radio. Get in the game with Volo Sports. With over 15 sports to choose from, join a league or grab a Volo membership for discounted play, free daily pickups, fitness classes, and exclusive events. But the best part? A portion of every league fee helps the Volo Kids Foundation provide free sports to over 5,000 kids across Baltimore City each year. Don't miss out. Early pricing for the winter season ends December 12th. Final registration deadline is January 15th. Sign up now at volosports.com/Baltimore.
Get ready to hit the ultimate holiday jackpot at Live Casino during the live action $1 million giveaway. Every Friday through December 26th, we'll draw 25 lucky cash winners, but only one winner each Friday will advance to the final rounds on December 26th, where you could win $1 million in just 3 spins. Come make your million, only at Live Casino. At Erndale Mills, must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The weather's getting cooler, so when you and your family are picking out a place to dine, be it lunch or dinner, let's make it nice and easy. Now, with 2 great locations, the Costas Inn remains your #1 destination. Whether you want to get steamed crabs and the full Costas menu out at the original location at 4100 North Point Boulevard, or sample the complete menu minus the steamed crabs at the new location above the grandstand at the Timonium Racetrack, Costas is your place to go. Check out the website, CostasInn.com, for a look at the menu, and if you want to plan that crab feast, call 410-477-1975. The Costas Inn.
Gambling can be a fun and entertaining experience, but there are risks involved. If you're planning on betting on the game at the casino or on your phone or computer, know your limit, stay within it. Set a budget and a time to stop. Remember, gambling isn't a financial solution, and it doesn't mix well with alcohol or drugs. Know the risks and have a plan before you begin gambling. For free and confidential services, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org.
Looking for Baltimore's premier waterfront dining experience? Head to Nick's Fish House, located in the Baltimore Peninsula. Enjoy crabs all year long, plus happy hour Monday through Thursday from 3 to 6. Planning a celebration? From rehearsal dinners to corporate crab feasts, Nick's is the spot to make it unforgettable. And the fun doesn't stop there. Live music fills the air every Thursday through Sunday. Check out the full lineup at nicksfishhouse.com. Nick's, it's where Baltimore comes to eat, drink, and play by the water.
Make the most out of every day in your Toyota RAV4. Available in hybrid or gas-only models. A RAV4 can get you where you want to go in style. Check out buyatoyota.com for deals on new RAV4s from your local Toyota dealer today.
Coming back in here with Glenn and the other guy, Garrett, whatever his name is. You know who they are.
All right, remember, if something of relevance does occur for the Baltimore Orioles, Stan the Fan Charles, Luke Jackson will be talking about it. Facebook.com/PressBoxSports. Stan Shows is always brought to you by the Costas Inn and the new Costas Inn open in Timonium.
Offering Kyle Schwarber a contract isn't enough to...
Yeah, not quite.
That seems relevant.
Not quite. I mean, I think they're going to do a show no matter what. Like, even if we get through the end of the meetings and there's no actual moves. The Orioles will pick 7th in the MLB draft.
Terrible.
Lottery did not work out.
Well, it's BS because the Rays get the 2nd pick.
Oh, okay. All right, well.
So that's...
I just don't
the
feel
Rays had gotten a
about
lower pick, then fine.
Anyway, yeah, they get the 7th pick in the draft. All right, tidbit.
Oh,
we're not making it to 2 hours. Tidbit.
I thought I had
Don't. If you drag this out, I'm moving on. We're doing a different segment. Not letting you do this.
AJ DeBanza last night for BYU, future Wizard. Over the last 30 seasons. Only one other Division I freshman put up 28 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and did not commit a foul in a game.
In the last 20 years?
30.
30 years?
It happened in 2006. I'll even give you the year.
2006. That's after Carmelo Anthony.
December 2006.
2006 is it Greg Oden?
No, it wasn't Greg Oden. He did not. No, he didn't go into the draft this year.
Derrick Rose?
Not Derrick Rose. 28 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 0 fouls.
Such a random.
Yeah.
That doesn't help me in any way. All right, give me something else.
All right, so he was a freshman, December 2006. He was in a non-Power 5.
Steph Curry.
Yes, Steph Curry.
Darn
it. That was too easy.
Damn it. That's what it is. All right, Tubular is brought to you by the print issue of Press Box. Final days for this print issue. Get it at your Baltimore area High's Dairy stores. I assume Stan and I will announce the next cover this Friday, as the best of issue will be hitting newsstands next week. And as always, you can read it at PressBoxOnline.com. Here's what's coming up tubular-wise. As I mentioned earlier, St. Francis playing for a mythical national championship tonight. The Overtime Nationals High School Football Championship is on ESPN2 from here in Baltimore against...
They will be national champions.
Sure. Corner Canyon is the opponent. That's at 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Maryland women play Delaware State tonight at 6 on Big Ten Network Plus, and the one that I can't watch live because I got to wake up at the crack of dawn tomorrow. But I'll definitely be watching this week. Will be the 30 for 30 Booyah about Stuart Scott.
It's going to be hard to get through.
No doubt. That's tonight at 9 on ESPN. Non-sports.
Abbott Elementary, Survivor, season 8:30 finale. Season 38 finale of Amazing Race. Red One is going to be showing on NBC tonight since there's not a whole lot of sports going on.
Okay.
And I believe Kimmel's going to have Pete Buttigieg and Matthew McConaughey making the case for why Texas should have been in the college football playoff.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Netflix also has a new show called Simon Cowell's Next Act. And
Nope.
so he's just doing, it looks like American Idol more or less.
Nope.
As he's trying to create a boy band and make
Nope.
them stars.
Nope.
You don't like Simon Cowell?
Nope. I'm good.
Prime Video also has a movie called Merv, which is Zooey Deschanel and Charlie Cox break up, but they have to figure out how to co-parent their dog.
Oh.
And the dog
all
gets
right.
depressed because they're not together anymore.
Do they end up back together?
I don't know. I haven't watched the movie. Probably not gonna watch the movie, but
I was gonna have you report back to me.
if you need me to, then I can do that.
I mean,
I think they're gonna. I think they will.
oh, we
Yeah.
gotta watch that thing. Oh man, we gotta go. All right. Thanks today to Drew. Thanks to Rocky Boiman. We'll get that up in the greatest hits section of the
John Stamos, Kate Hudson on Valentine.
tab at GlennClarkRadio.com. Tomorrow on the program,
Spiro Deeds.
Spiro Deeds, who's calling Ravens-Bengals for CBS on Sunday, as well as, of course, it's Thursday, so Patrick Stevens will join us. We'll make picks with KZ and more. Thanks to everybody at PressBox, all of our great sponsors and partners, including Volo Sports, Nick's Fish House, your Baltimore area High's Dairy Stores, 1-800-GAMBLER, helpmygambling.org, CountySports.zone, your local Toyota dealer, buyatoyota.com, the Costas Inn, and Live Casino and Hotel. Thanks to Griffin at Griffin_Bass. Follow us, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, at Glenn Clark Radio. Have a great Wednesday evening. Go Maryland women. Go St. Francis. Duke sucks.